My name's Josh Trudell. I currently live in Grantham, New Hampshire. I am a graphic designer, photographer, pixel slinger of all kinds. Um, and this is my show, Mirage of the Ocean. I actually was first inspired by books in my local public library. I grew up in northern New Hampshire, and the Littleton and Lisbon public libraries had books of portraiture by Richard Avedon and Herb Ritz that I was fascinated by because they were so simple. They were just person and white background, and it seemed like, obviously it takes a lot of talent and a lot of skill to do that, but they seemed very simple and the kind of look that was achievable. And that was combined with, I have an aunt who got me a subscription to Sports Illustrated for years. And the photography in that this is when Sports Illustrated was in its heyday, was spectacular. These are some of the finest photographers in the world. So that really made it, that really made an impact on me. I actually went to school for journalism. I started out as the photo editor of my school newspaper many moons ago, and just got my start in a dark room processing black and white film, and thankfully soon moved to digital. Worked in newspapers for the first part of my career, and then moved into graphic design and marketing for different companies. And I love to travel, and anytime we go anywhere, I've got the camera out and I'm looking for new and different things, new input. As far as least favorite things to shoot, I don't think I really have one. The reason I say that is I feel like you can always make something interesting out of a subject, even if it's, a box on a table. You can make something interesting out of it if you try, if you let your imagination play with it. I prefer photography because I'm slightly impatient and I want to see what I've done. I cannot say enough about how much I am impressed by people who are painters and illustrators and sculptors. I mean, people who take so much time with their art always impresses me. I like to capture moments, someone doing something out of the ordinary, a beautiful sunrise, a beautiful mountain. They're moments, and those are the things that you remember. I was in New Zealand for 3 weeks. I came home with about 7,500 photos. Was it difficult to narrow them down? In a word, yes. But not all of them. There were, I think as a photographer, the ones that stand out. The ones that are in your memory. Even days later, you're like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get back and look at that one because that's going to be interesting. So this is one of my favorite pieces. It's called Howe of the Mountains. And you might think that I climbed a giant mountain and took on all kinds of risks to capture this photo. Tell you the God's honest truth, I was by the side of the road. A group of us were driving down the road in New Zealand, and we looked up and just saw the clouds and the mountains and the interaction they were having, and immediately pulled over. We all shot for, probably half an hour, enjoying what we were seeing and appreciating it and capturing it as best we could. It's not always going to, far distant lands to try and capture something. It's, sometimes it's just what's by the side of the road. One of the things I loved about photographing New Zealand was the variety, not only the colors, but also the images that really translated to black and white, such as this one. You have snow on the mountaintops and the black rocks, and the detail just shows through so clearly. And this is one of my favorites. The part about photography that is most difficult and most challenging is being in the right place at the right time and being satisfied with what you get. You keep chasing other people's shots, like, oh, somebody was there at just the right moment and got just the perfect shot. But I think you have to realize as a photographer, it's like, you're there in that moment. So you capture what's there. And maybe it's not a postcard, but that's good. It's different, it's real. And that I think is important to take in. One of the biggest influences in my art has been the support I've gotten from other photographers as I've been learning, growing my craft, trying to get better, traveling, going on photo trips with groups. I've met a lot of really great photographers who have, shared their time, shared their wisdom, and shared their skills. And, I really appreciate that, and I hope I can do that for people in the future. I hope my art brings people joy. I hope people get a few minutes to feel like they're somewhere else, and a place of wonder, a place of hope, a place of joy, just somewhere that is a happy place for them. My show is called Mirage of the Ocean. It will be in the Ledyard Gallery in the Howe Library from November 1st until December 31st. Hope to see you there.